Welcome to another episode of Style by Stevie. And we are back with the one and only friend of mine and a good friend of the show, Dee Whitt Fashion Dolls. And before we came on, Dee Whitt asked me, how have I been doing? I can't believe I'm here in the year of 2026. That's for one to start off. It's a new year, it's a new beginning, a new start for each and every one of us. So much has happened since then. We have a lot to catch up on, but to say the least, I am doing better. I'm doing better. I must say that 2026 is also showing us the year of awakening. It is an awakening for each and every one of us. We're seeing so much go on, and we'll dive into that and how you've been maintaining. But how have you been? What did you do for the Christmas holidays, and how did you ring in the new year?
I was with family out in Florida for New Year's. Last year I decided out when last year I think it was in Aruba. I was in Aruba last year for New Year's, and ever since then I decided to be out of New York for New Year's. Hopefully, life. I think older I've gotten, I've seen possibilities elsewhere, and I think I'm pretty much done with the hustle and bustle of New York. I don't want to say that I love more like that hustle and bustle of the everyday. It's becoming too much. It's a lot, and I just want a different type of life where in which I'm much more at ease, much more settled. I do. I think I'll be doing that within like time slot. I'm gonna sell my house here and then hopefully bounce someplace where it's definitely much warmer and just for a better peace of mind. I'm not 18. I'm definitely getting older, and my priorities definitely shifted and changed in a completely different way. And I definitely am going with that. Keep my mind right, my body right, and just at the end of the day, definitely keep my mind right. So I think I need to be in a place where in which I can definitely do that. In New York City right now, it's just so much going on, and it's not for me at this point. So I definitely want to go someplace. Miami's looking like a hot contender. Everyone says, "Oh, Miami's has a lot going on too." But you know something? I would prefer. I just need a different sort of clean slate and a different
Right.
peace of mind. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think I've done all that I wanted to do in New York. I still love New York. I still have a lot of family and friends here. But at the end of the day, I definitely need a change of pace and place and scenery and all that stuff. And I think someplace warmer definitely will do it, man. I'm tired of the cold, tired of the snow, tired of shoveling and craziness.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because we're expecting snow, and I know there's going to be a snowstorm pretty soon. So you guys stay tuned. My mom kept telling me today, "Oh my God, it's going to be snow." And down here in
Yes,
South Carolina, where I'm at, we've gotten snow every blue moon. And I've
right.
posted some pictures on my Instagram. You guys can follow me on there. And I know you guys are like, "Why aren't you doing it on there?" Hopefully, when this restriction is lifted, then I'll be able to go back live on there. But I did post some photos so you guys can see it. My entire backyard was covered. Like we
Oh,
have like wooden blocks set up, and we have had a basketball court in the backyard when my brother was here, and everything.
right.
The entire yard was covered, clothesline, everything. So you guys can take a look at those photos. But hopefully, I hope we get some down here. If we don't, then
You
it's all right. We'll
can
have
take
ice.
hours.
We've had ice, so I mean I can't complain. But I'm gonna go back to what you just said. Uh,
Hold on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yes, I was saying that what you just said about a new change of scenery. A lot of people are starting to see that paradigm, that shift, and that it's
Mm-hmm.
like I can't do it anymore. It's time for a new
Right.
escape. And as you get a certain age, well, I'm 32, so I'm
Oh,
a
lucky
young
you.
woman coming coming into my own. And I must say that I'm seeing the paradigm shift as well to the world, the atmosphere, the climate, and
Oh
people
yeah.
saying, I need change of scenery. I need something different. And I hope a lot of people take notice to that. It's time for you. 2026, I must say, is the year for us to a fresh start for each and every one of us. Every new year for us is it's like we hit that reset button. But
You need
this one
to.
right here is a little bit different. And we want something different, something tangible. Even my mom is saying that I'm 60 years old. Well, not me, my mom. She's
That's
saying this and she's saying, I want something different. I don't want to keep
right.
continuing to do the same thing. And I'm telling her, Mama, you got to take time for yourself because she's one person like myself. And I think I've inherited that trait from her where we try to juggle multiple things, the same as Dee Whitt over here. And we all can attest to this where we try to juggle multiple hats. And she's like a child. When you get a child, a bunch of toys, they start on this toy and then they go to the next one.
Right to
Don't
the next
finish
one.
playing with that one, and then they go to the next one and the next one and the next one. That's what my mom does. She'll start paperwork, and I'm just like, Mommy, why don't you do this? Take your time. Don't
Right.
rush. It's not going anywhere. So when you pile up, and I'm pretty sure you know the woman I'm going to mention. Her name is Marie Kondo, and she wrote a book on the art of tidying up. So
Yep.
when you have a lot of chaos and clutter in your life, you can't focus. You can't get anything done. And that's what I tell my mom. Like, I'm in a space right now, which is why I chose the color green for this season because it's like
Okay.
renewal,
Right.
strategize, plan again,
Mm.
rebirthing. It's a rebirthing process for me, for each and every one of us. And that's why I chose the color green. Whereas last season it was blue, black, silver. Because platinum, you're going into the new year shiny and
Right.
happy. Shine was the theme for 19, but 20, I said renewal because we all need renewal more than ever. Green, you're taking care of your health. Good news, I am now actually dropped 7 pounds. So
God bless that.
yes, I went to my doctor today. She said, I'm so proud of you. Consistency is key. Getting up
Yes.
every morning, and you guys see the difference. The hourglass is coming back, and I love it.
It will be back. It will be back.
Yes,
It will
yes,
be
yes,
back.
yes. And I'm super excited because I see a difference in myself, not only in my health wise, but just space as well too.
Yes.
I've been learning to protect my peace. My uncle just texted me a few minutes ago and was like, "How's everything going along with you and the family?" And I said, "I'm doing well. I'm finding ways to maintain my peace, being alert and vigilant to everything that's going on, bringing awareness, and not only that, but making sure that I take care of myself." And that's the first topic of our conversation. How have you been protecting your peace? Because you've been doing a lot of traveling as well.
Right. It's been I I want to say the between I think I've been tested at every um emotionally wise, physically wise, and career wise. And I am proud of myself. Culture. I never slipped back into some type and or just like just stop trying to maintain whatever goals I had to maintain. But I think that's more because I'm an Aquarius. I'm hard headed. My mother would always tell me a hard head makes a soft ass, and and I'm hard headed. So sometimes I have to you know, go through the jungle in order to see the beach, if that makes any sense. The moves and like 3 years, I start like my own nonprofit. And that's like a major goal for me. To working on like with like 19 to 24-year-old age brackets to provide like life skill management, career management. A lot of these kids are lost, man, and I've been working in education for over 25 years, and I wouldn't have been doing it just for a check. I love it. I love giving back. I love being that support system for a person that doesn't have that. And I had it financially from my parents, most definitely. I came from a good, upbringing, aesthetically. You know what I mean? But I think emotionally wise, I was definitely lacking that for sure. And I see a lot of these kids struggle with that. A lot of them get self confidence, inner confidence. They don't know what they want to do in life. And I'm listen. I always use my modeling as an inspiration. I'm like, listen, I started at like 37, and they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I started at 37," and I never wanted to. pursue it as a career. I just wanted to take pictures. I love taking pictures, but I thought I could never do it. I was too short. As you know, I was too, I was too stocky. I was too gay. You name it, and I didn't want to be stereotyped. And once I saw that lane, and I'm like, wait a minute, the rest was history. There was no stopping me. Now I'm at a point where it's like I'm redefining my modeling. I want to I do something different. Like I want to be more artsy. I want to do more artistic modeling. I want to do stuff more with a purpose for myself, and definitely showcase this many years of experience and really show people what I can really do. You know what I mean? And not just do like I could do a selfie and to me that's easy. You know what I mean? But I love doing it. But I love taking modeling to a different space for myself, but bringing it back to the art of what it really is to me. If I'm gonna do a nude photo shoot, some people think, "Oh, you love being nude." Yes, I love expressing myself, giving shapes. Giving even looking into the camera, knowing how to position your eyes, knowing, you know what I mean. And I love doing that. I love sort of captivating and tantalizing the camera because for some people they don't understand they don't understand it as an art. Gym and gym pictures. That's an art too because working on the body is an art, and it's a challenge at times. But I want to take that modeling to a different level because it's sort of manage them, but be more than just a manager. Take it to a different level. It's
And
all
I'm gonna
about
add on
inspiring others,
to
but also giving them that confidence.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add on to what you just said about, confidence. You've been very candid and you wrote a whole book and included photos as well too about your struggles
Right.
with body image. And in the fashion
Oh
world,
yes.
we've covered this a number of times when we've sat down together, which is just a lot of people
Absolutely.
who suffer with peer pressure and body
Oh yeah.
image because we live in a day and age where everything is digitalized. It is right there in
Hmm.
front of you, and you're looking at it on social media, and a lot of people uh, get peer pressure from that. And I mean, I could look at a picture of what the I love Victoria's Secret. So I could look at Victoria's Secret. Back in the day, it wasn't models, really that looked like the average everyday woman. They looked like, that washboard abs. Of course, everything was just perfect. But now what they've done with their brand is they've made it size inclusive to everyone. And I love
Right.
how the fashion industry has now changed to say, hey, you don't just need to be one size. You need to be all sizes. We're going to include
Right.
all sizes. And I know there's so many people who struggle with body image. And, it's just like, am I perfect? You look in the
It's a
mirror, you're
hidden
battling
killer.
with that eating disorders, all of these things. Yeah.
Hmm. It's scary because it could be someone sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it's a scary thing on how I love how the industry sort of changed and started incorporating more of real people, I call it. But
Yes.
it happened so fast. Than what they were dealing with before in terms of like that self-image issue and stuff like that. And I analyze stuff like that, and I love being who I am. I'm glad that I did start at this particular age because I never wanted to follow a trend. I think I love fashion. I love clothes. I love um I got that from my mother, of course. I would put her clothes together like for work in the morning. I would ask her, I would put her Gucci bags would match her shoes, all this stuff. So and I want to take that to a different level where in which it's a passion and it's an art, but then also inspire others to get that concept out their head about, oh, people just want to wear name brand stuff just because it's a label. I'm like, I could wear something from Sheen and still rock it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean about the label. Yes, some labels,
Yes.
Some labels are on point.
Yes,
Like
and I'm able to.
I have my favorite labels. You know what I mean? But at the same token, just because Louis Vuitton makes something, how to work it. But I could buy something from H&M. I could buy something from Amazon, and still make aesthetic and make sure that I rock it because I have a because people have an eye for fashion, and I think you have to have an eye for what you like and know how to put it together. And that is a skill. I think it's the inner skill that not everyone can sort of do. No shade to the ones that do it, differently. Everyone should do it differently. But I look at everything like that as an art because the fashion designers are artists.
Absolutely.
So
Shout
I
outs to
think
my colleague Alvin. Shout outs
yes,
to Diva, TGIF, Fashion Dolls. We're here with the amazing, the handsome Dee Whitt, and we're just talking about
right, keep
so
coming.
many things from image, fashion. Right now, we're talking about fashion, and I'm gonna add on to what you just said. You don't. Yes, I love luxury fashion. I love the
Of course,
Valentinos of the world, the Dior's, the Louis Vuittons, the Christian Louis Vuittons. I love them all, but you don't have to spend a whole lot to look effortless. You
no,
sure don't.
it
And
should
in this
it should
day
be
and age,
innate.
in this climate, a lot of people, I mean, can't afford a $2,000 Hermes bag,
Right.
$1,000 uh reached to look effortless. And I told y'all, y'all know TJ Maxx is one of my favorite stores. You can find whatever you're looking for right in TJ Maxx. It's become my best friend. And lately, I've been in my whole home decor spill. So whatever you're looking for home decor, you can find it right there in either Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Marshalls. And they have a section right there. Just I'm not afraid to say I go into those stores.
I
And
mean, either.
then when you see me pop in doing the show, doing the interviews, you would think it's something that a designer made because people say, "Oh, that reminds me of this and that
Right.
reminds me of that." I didn't even have to break my bank to do it, and that's the way that you can save money and invest too. You're not wrong with going to in an opposite direction. Yes, if you want to splurge, splurge to get that
Of
dress or
course.
that shoe or that purse. We're not telling you that, but we're just saying you can look effortless and like you stepped off of the pages of Vogue without
Absolutely.
having to break your bank. And I
And
managed
that's
to
for
do it
art.
every single interview. And that's what it's about, being able to take what you have and use it to your full advantage. And I also tell people this: shop in your closet. There's
Hmm.
pieces in your closet you never even knew you had. And I know I went in my closet and found a couple dresses that I forgot I had in there. And my mom was like, "Where'd you get that?" I was like, "It's been in my closet.
Don't you love
I
doing
bought
that?
it last year." Yes,
Don't you
my
love
mom
doing it?
raised
Like
my
actually
children.
finding stuff that you, oh shit, like this is like 5 years old. I forgot I had it. And then it just becomes something again. And
Yes, recycle. Shout outs to Alvin Tit for Tat, this and that. Shout outs to Diva, especially in this economy. Yes, we're giving you tips here. If you're looking to save and not break your bank, you can shop right in your closet. Your closet is your best friend. And I have dresses on top of dresses on top of dresses on top of rompers, on top of play suits, on top of bodysuits, on top of everything. And I've literally had to move some into my brother's old room. That's how many clothes. That's how many outfits
right,
I have clothes. Outfits I have. I've had to put some in storage because it's so many. And I've
right.
separated based on the season. Like, okay, this is summer wear, this is spring wear, this is winter. Right now, we're in the winter months. So I know you guys are like, you're so used to me wearing things that are off the shoulder. I think when I did my interview with Dee before we went into the holiday break, or I think it
It
was
was
last year or two, it was off the shoulder. That's what I'm
right.
notorious for doing, off the shoulder. If it's not off the shoulder, then it's the back. And I do have my back out today, but you guys have to go and check the outfit of the day to go and see that I'm fully covered. Yes, because it is for a reason. I'm not wearing this out, but you don't have to break your bank to
No.
look affordable. I love TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Marshalls. Those are the
Mhm.
stores. It's so many. Ross is another you can go to.
Absolutely.
So if you like those stores, you can go directly to them without having to break your bank.
Even
You
Walmart,
know,
ironically. So
and without having to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all about how you, it's your own aesthetic. You know what I mean? I think people get so caught up in everyone else's view, how they're going to be judged, how they're going to be looked at. If they're not up with their own trend, create your own trend. If you like it, buy it. You know what I mean? We're, I mean, I think we are our own worst critics, as you know. I can care less. I can care less. I care what Dion likes. You know what I mean?
I'm so glad you said that because I don't like to be a follower of the crowd.
Nah,
I like to set my own trends. And I think that's what sets me. I'm going to use my colleague Alvin because we always do a panel together. It's me, Alvin, shout outs to Buzz, shout outs to Deshaun, Harold, Queen Spicy, all of them. We each and every one of us have our own sense of style. Each and every one,
right.
that's what sets us aside. So everybody has their own personality. Everybody's going to have their own sense of doing things, and that's what makes us different. So set your own trends. Set your own trends. I don't like to be like everybody else. Like this season, I said I was going to do a suit. I read, and I think it was Hello Beautiful. They did a whole post, and they said women are going to be wearing more suits. And what do you know? I showed up with something that wasn't like a suit. It was like it had a pencil skirt at the bottom, and then the top was more so ruffled. It had, check out my interview with Eno Harlson. You guys will see it. But I could not find a tie to go with it. So I said, you know what? Let's just go without the tie. Let's just rock it as if it was a dress
Right.
shirt.
That's a
And the
chance.
bottom, it gave you that illusion of a suit, but it was actually a dress. Yes. Shout out to Deshaun. I just mentioned you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've always followed my own style. You have to. You have to be a trendsetter and follow your own style. But this one was different. When, well, you know, Janet, yes, she did for the Velvet Rope tour. She did wear a
Yes, you
suit.
did.
Yes, she
I went to
did.
that tour too.
And I have the tour book, so I've seen the photos of her. She wore a lot of pinstripe. That was the color she
Yes.
basically would
The
stick
top
with.
hat,
It was like
pinstripe.
yes, sure did. And Tom Brown
Yes.
has recreated what a suit is supposed to look like. Whereas if you
Mm-hmm.
go to a designer like Armani or Ralph Lauren, it's the classic, which I love as well too. I love a classic black and white suit with a nice crisp black bow tie. You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go
And
wrong with
that's what
those.
I
You
was
can.
gonna do. So I couldn't find one. I could not find a tie for that interview with Ener. So I'm just like, you know what? Just wear it as is. Just wear it as the
Right.
model wore it. And it worked perfectly. The pencil skirt was at the bottom. But the funny part was I had a hell of a time trying to get out of it. I was like, it fit me snug like a glove at
But
first
that's
when I
how it's
got
supposed
in
to
it.
be.
I'm like, okay,
That's how it's supposed to
perfect.
be.
But I was like Holly Berry. It's a video of Holly Berry when her stylist dressed her up in something like the top was very structured,
I do.
and her stylist had to literally help her get out of it. It was so funny. So that was me. I had to
Listen,
fight to
if it
get out of
doesn't,
that
I
piece.
always, I always say this: if it doesn't hurt, if it doesn't, if it's uncomfortable to get into or out to, then you did your job well. That's what it's supposed to be. Because that means you actually took your time. Because I've wore, listen,
Yes.
I have some beautiful. I mean, my closet is ridiculous. Um, as you know, I don't have any kids, so clothes and boots and sneakers and shorts and even the match of my gym outfits. Because you want to look good, you want to feel good. So it's all starts with the mental. But if the shoes don't hurt, then that means then I always equate that to being like, something, if they hurt, then that means they're a good pair of shoes. But if you're willing to take the chance and like wearing it and enduring that pain, it's a good day.
Fashion is pain, and that's what I told my mom. I had to help her get dressed for one of her appointments, and I actually let her borrow the look that I wore for opening this season, which was the green look, the green hair, everything you guys
Right.
love. But this is the suit I was telling you about with the pencil skirt attached at the bottom.
Okay.
Yes, you can follow
Look
me
at that.
on Pinterest at Miss Stevie's Closet or Miss Stevie's Look of the Week.
Love it.
Curves perfectly.
I was about to say the
Everything is
same
just
thing.
cinched. Yes. The green look that I opened this season with, the lipping. Yes, this season has just been all about the details.
I love that.
So
And that's a beautiful color on you.
thank you,
And
thank
see,
you.
people don't
And I
understand that
let
too.
my
It's
mom.
all about that even matching colors with your skin tone. You know what I mean? Like this is like fashion is an art. I've seen so many people like you have these actors like that Timothy Chalamet. Yes, he's a good actor in some people's eyes. He's dating a famous Kardashian, yada yada yada. But if you saw that boy dressed in a regular wife beater and some dungarees, you wouldn't even know who that is. But he had on an outfit recently, and one of my staff members was like, "Oh my," going crazy about it. It was a pale pink. Um, it looked like a suit, but it wasn't a suit. It was sort of like a distressed denim, but it was like pale pink. He had a pale pink jacket. The outfit was amazing, but it drowned his skin complexion out because he's too pale for that. And I'm like, you know something? There's certain things that people should not wear due to their like complexion. It doesn't do nothing for them. Now that orange outfit he
And me,
had
I
on,
try to.
it popped because of the color alone.
Yes, and with me being a darker skinned a woman of color, a darker
Right.
skinned woman, it's it. I love what Deshaun Miss Stevie definitely matches colors with her skin tone. She really does.
Absolutely.
She knows how to
Very
use.
important.
I mean, but she's not afraid to do other colors too. And if it doesn't work for her, then you know someone. Then you know sometimes she'll add a little tweak to it. Yes, and there have been
Yes.
colors that I just would not wear, like browns. What's I mean, I'm brown already. So I'm just like, it would just look as if I'm nude, as if I'm not wearing
Right.
anything. But I'm like, it has to have. She's Jessica Rabbit. Yes, Alvin has crowned me the Jessica Rabbit of the crew.
No doubt.
But
Mm.
I try to do colors that have color block. Like what I'm wearing today is color blocking.
Right.
So if you go and you follow me on Instagram, you guys will see the detailing of the bodysuit or the jumpsuit that I'm wearing. The back is out, and it is like Beyonce's Renaissance has rubbed off on me. So the only difference is this jumpsuit does not have the hand on it. So I said, you know what? Let me do something a little different. See, that is the back of this outfit. So this is the front. You guys see the front. Oh my good. Yes, Miss Stevie is so butter and brown. That's why she had to catch herself. Oh, thank you, Deshaun. Oh my goodness. But I said, if I'm going to do this, it has to be right because I was originally just going to do an elegant black dress, and
Right.
the details were on the. Well, you guys will see it Monday. It was going to be Monday's look. So, giving you a sneak peek of what I'm going to wear, I had a difficult time. I'm like, what can I wear? Because I've worn just about everything with Dee Whitt off the shoulder. Let's do something
There's
different.
something
Let's
different.
wear the
My
let's
definitely
wear the
day.
back out. It paid off. Hard work pays off. Every morning,
It's
getting up at
supposed to.
7 a.m., those cold mornings, it's paying off. So let's do the back out.
Yes.
And yes, when I showed this to my mom got approval. She gave me approval and she said, yes. But some of the dresses that I've worn here on Style by Stevie, the dresses will be up to my thigh. And very
Mm.
short, very, very short. And she'd be like, ooh, that's a little bit too much for me. She's like, it's beautiful, and then I'd unroll the dress out as I'm getting it. Unpackaging it and everything. She's like, "Ooh, I can't wear that. That's too short." Or the back is out. Or as a woman of a particular age, and I'm pretty sure a lot of women, when they get that age, are just like, "I don't want to wear certain things." That's for you. That's for your age bracket. But I
Right.
know as I mature and get in my 40s and in my 50s, I'm going to be wanting to cover up and
See,
hide
I thought
certain
I would
things.
be that like that.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be that type that I'll be 53 in a few. Based off assume that someone my age went like I set my own boundaries, I set my own rules, and I'm not. And if I feel comfortable in it, it is what it is. But I think it's all about my own self expression, and as with you as well, like you're very demure, but yet it's still you give a hint of surprise, and I think that's the best thing that, especially for a female. You have some females that you want to let it all out there. Teach his own, yes, but people do like an element of surprise, whether it's especially on it makes them more classy, if anything. But that hint of mystery, like, hmm,
And Deshaun said that too. He says, "You're 53. Homie's 53. He don't look like he's 53. He looks
Thank
like
you.
he's in his
God
40s."
bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, it's been so many pieces that I have worn throughout the. Yes, this is one again. Those legs, those thighs out, the mini dress.
I love that. I love that.
So that's why Alvin
That's
has
like a
been
blue
calling me the Jessica Rabbit because I
cranberry.
mean, yes, green. I mean, I've
That's
had
gorgeous.
so many. The crop top, the crop top.
Well, that's my
So I
favorite.
mean, star blocking in the detail is so many. I love that red. I really do love red. More and more and more. I'm going through all of my looks here throughout the season, and it's just okay. The thigh, you guys know me. I love a thigh out. So I
If you
mean,
got legs, you got to show up. Okay.
would you try a velvet blue
Love it.
dress or a velvet blue jumpsuit if you wanted to,
Ooh,
Miss Stevie?
that jumpsuit sounds. That's a nice idea. Jumpsuits are not
I would love a
overrated.
jumpsuit. Let's do a jumpsuit. I like a light blue velvet, like a nice eccentric color. I do too. I like color blocking. I like structure. I like
Right.
anything that highlights and emphasizes parts of my body. It's like my back, my décolleté with yes for the thigh out. Yes, yes, yes. And my mom, when I would show her the dresses, she'd say, "Oh, it's a pretty dress." And then she see the slit, how deep the slit is on the side, and she said, "Oh my God, girl." I mean, I and then when I show her the pictures, it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's
Right.
beautiful on you. So I mean, it's all about the structure. It's all about the structure and knowing
Agree.
what works for your body type. And trust me, I've done several looks where it's just like I would even went back myself and say, I can't believe I've done that. I can't believe I've worn that.
Oh,
I
I've been
can't
in.
believe that it worked. I'd be scared because I'm like, how are people going to be receptive to this? The
Right.
rope dress, the dress with the rope and the cut-ups.
Mm.
So I mean, it's all about knowing what works for you. And I mean, I've
Hmm.
had so many this season and past
Especially,
seasons.
when we are indifferent, it's it gets tough at times. The older we get, trust me, and you know this already, Steve. The older we get, I think the more confident we get. You know what I mean? We get more self assured. We know what works best for us, what doesn't work best for us. We know what fits us. We know our fit better, and we know how to pull it off better.
Now I just don't care. I'm in a stage like where D would say, you just don't care.
Nah,
Now I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. It is what it
right.
is. And Faith, shout outs to my girl, Faith is the substance. She showed me a picture, another dress that I've worn. Again, the back is out. The mystery, the illusion. And the dress kind of reminded me of the cathedral in the ceiling. That's what someone was saying in the comments. They said it reminds me of the cathedral in the ceiling. That said, yes, that's exactly what I want. It looks normal in the front, but the back is out. And the Sean with the red. Yes, I've done red before. I've done red. That was a holiday dress. The red lip. Shout outs to Derek J for that. Again, I mean, it's so many that I have done throughout the past seasons. An elegant, lacy black dress. Burgundy. Everyone was talking about the plum. This is when I did my interview with Lee John Stewart. So I mean, that was current. This was current for this year. So I mean, it's so many that I've done. It's like over, and I'm looking at my Pinterest closet. It's like over. Are y'all ready for the total? Because it's so many. I put a lot of them on Pinterest. Uh, 1,400 different looks, 1,400 different
Wow.
pictures. So throughout the past few interviews, I just
Right.
upload, picture, picture, picture. So create yourself a look, but that's what I've learned from a stylist, an actual celebrity stylist. His name is Joe Z, and he's right alongside Tyra Banks, and he said, "Create yourself a lookbook. Take pictures
Right.
of your
Thank
outfits."
you.
So yeah, pull inspiration from anywhere. I've created myself a whole photo album. I've went and I've taken my pictures, went to my pharmacy or wherever, and got those pictures developed and created myself like a lookbook. And I'll show that Monday. And it's not just me in the book, but it's all of like my beauty inspiration, where hair, makeup, everything, all of that. So I'll bring that
It's
physically
all a
now.
package.
Pictures you can do
It's
anything.
important.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting up. I'm actually, right now I'm working with
So you keep up with your
younger kids
books.
as well. So
So
I'm
many of
working with
them.
middle school and high school. But I'm starting up a different type of like boys and girls club, where in which that those life skill management pieces that are important or stuff like that. In terms of how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about clothes? Like how important are clothes to you? And some would say like, oh well, why would you ask kids that question? I said I'm not going to ask them a standard question that the norm would ask them, a question that they are used to people
Right.
ask them. I'm going to ask them something that they're not expecting someone like me to ask them, and sort of help them brainstorm that, because you never know, you may have a hidden, Johnny Versace in this. Sorry. Definitely ask them in schools, because they have their own curriculum, but I have the autonomy to sort of create my own, and I'm going to create something that I know that if it if it would help me, but just take a chance to see if it would help them, because you never know.
And not only that, but as you said in the beginning of the show, in the hour, help with their confidence. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't even see that comment from Tip for Tat. You know, it's going to give her that hotness appeal. As
absolutely.
far as mixing fashion and sexuality, I love it. I love
It's
getting
supposed
in
to.
touch with my sensuality and turning it on and turning it off. Again, I'm a Scorpio, so we're always, doing things that are mysterious. We leave you
Right.
wondering. You don't know what you're going to get. And I was just, when CTV was live, shout outs to CTV. I said, I'm over here trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear for this interview or conversation with Dee Whitt. What am I going to wear? Because, like I said, I was going to do a
Stop it.
traditional classic black dress with the flowers on the arm. It was beautiful. And you guys will see that Tuesday. I said Monday. Tuesday, we will be back with JJ Johnson. So you might see that dress then with all of the details. I love detail.
Very
And
important.
it can be an off the shoulder, it can be a back, it can be a big bell sleeve. I mean, whatever it is, detail is what I
Makes your
love. I
eyes
love
wonder. And your
looking.
eyes, when you have someone's, when you captivate someone's eyes and mind, job well done.
And I love it. I love to keep people wondering, like, what are you going to wear next? What is going to be the next? I remember sitting down with Kenyon O'Brien, and he asked the same question: what are you going to wear next? What hair color, what fashion are you going to wear
Right.
next? So, again, start your own trend. Be
Hmm.
original. Be original and set your own trends, because there's so many people out here who are trying to find out what style works for them.
Right.
And my mom is not like me. No, she will tell you. If I brought her on here, she would tell you, I don't know where this child gets a sense of style from, but she didn't get it from me.
Mm,
I read a lot of fashion magazines. I'm always in Vogue or in
right.
Harper's Bazaar and Instagram, of course, and then Pinterest. Uh, show me a lot of Saint Laurent, Versace, all of the design. And I'm like, how can I spin this and make this my own? And
Right.
I can go right there in my closet without having to break the bank and pull pieces. My mom's be like, "You got clothes on top of clothes," and I do. I've literally had to move stuff in storage in my brother's room because I can't even fit it in my closet, y'all. That's how bad it is. Some of them, a lot of evening gowns, a lot of evening gowns with long trains.
Mm.
And I would literally have to pick up the train so that I wouldn't trip. That's a blooper behind the scenes. You guys wouldn't see one of the interviews and I think it was with Dee Whitt I wore an evening gown and almost tripped on the train trying to sit in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. Y'all didn't see that. That was off the camera.
You made it effortless. That's
So
why
you have to do who was it? Who tripped on their train? Beyonce tripped on her
she
train
did.
at one of the award shows and made it look effortless. And that's what you have to do. But this one wasn't effortless at all. Like face forward. catch myself up with this train in my head. So I mean, I want to model. Oh, Deshaun, you want to be a model? Any tips for anyone looking to get into modeling? What would you tell them?
um, just go for it. I mean, I think nowadays everything's on the internet. You know, you can find photographers. I never was with a casting agency. You know, I never had a manager. I think I if you want something that badly, you and once you find that avenue, the rest is history. The rest is history. Everything depends on your passion, but I think since everything is on the internet in terms of finding out, even if you to have, I mean, be represented by someone. There's so many different modeling agencies out there that are reputable, that are amazing, that actually, actually work for the model and actually want to help the model and inspire the model, not money from the model. Um, there's legitimate people out there that I've met. I've met some amazing um casting agents, amazing managers, but at the end of the day, I think for me, the best thing that worked out for me that kept my sanity was being in my own lane and doing what I wanted to do without any other restrictions, without someone telling me what's going to be best for me. I knew what was best for me. I knew what I wanted to do. And even the times that I didn't know what I wanted to do, I figured it out. I had to analyze stuff and say, wait a minute, do I want to take this as a career? Do I want to, how hardcore do I want to, increase my social media? Before um, Instagram deactivated my first account, I had like 50,000 followers and I didn't buy these
Oh,
followers,
yes, I remember you
but
telling me
I
that
knew the market.
announcement.
I knew how to market myself, and the rest is history. But once you find that lane, and again, the rest is history. Once you find that lane, there should be no stopping anyone. Once I saw that lane, once I saw that, wait a minute, I can do this. I know what I can do. I had confidence in myself. There was no one that couldn't tell me no. Yes, there's many people I wanted to work with that didn't want to work with me. Didn't like my look. That didn't stop me. That didn't stop me. Whereas 10 didn't want to work with me, there was one person who wanted to work with me, who was going to give me that chance. And once that happened, that's life. There's people that don't want to work with other people. There's people that don't want to date other people. It's just things roll. The modeling industry can be cutthroat. As with life, it can be very discouraging. It could be very tough, but it doesn't have to be as tough as people assume. Like I said, once you have it, to me, the best thing about modeling is that you have to have a passion for it. As with anything in life, I think you have to have a passion for it. It's not something that I do for an income. I do it because I love it. I love being a different person at that particular different moment. Like for instance, my last photo shoot I did, I called it the Wrangler, with the cowboy hat. Of course,
I've
myself
seen.
and yeah, myself and the photographer Patrick, we're actually gonna work again. I'm gonna do a birthday shoot, but I'm doing something very much. I love keeping street culture. I'm all about street culture. I that's my life in terms of like style, and I love incorporating that into my modeling, especially as a young actor. No, young, you hear me? Especially as a you know, uh, a man of color. I love emphasizing street culture. Like for instance, I'm going to wear some Timbs and some like overdrawn
Oh yeah.
that shoot was done in less than a half an hour, and it was seamless. And I've never felt that had to be one of my shoots that I did, because it was actually to a point where which it was like, again, being consistent, doing this for such a long time. it just became just effortless. Like I knew what to do. I know how to pose. I know how to stand. I even know my proper lighting. I know my what works best for me. I know my angles. Everything.
Everything. I love angles are very important. Very important. Good side and bad side, obviously. But if a person, like you said, wants to get into modeling, they have to study the angles. No one can sit there. Some people may not know it. Of course, a photographer or a casting director, someone can sit there and point it out to them. But if you don't study it yourself, I think it's very important for a person to study their own angles and know which side of their face is the best photograph. And if the other side is maybe not as photogenic, you have to know how to manipulate it. Play with it. Maybe change your eye movement, change your head down. If the chin is too big or large, if the camera's pointing down, it's when you go on face. Like the things that I've learned just by reading, looking at my own pictures and studying it, and just say, wait a minute, my face is a little too round. My waist can be like a little bit different. Maybe I should, I can stand forward, but then cock myself to the side and then angle myself a little bit to give that curvature within my back. And then when I see the difference, I'm like, wow, that's art. I love it. I love it. Right now, I'm doing good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And that's what it's
Because
about.
it's fun, it's not doing something standard. Even when
For
I
like the
post news,
artistic
like the artistic
for the life
for the
drawing.
life drawing.
The last time I did it, there
The
was like
last time I
about
did it,
close
there
to
was like
75
about
artists in that
75
audience.
artists in
And
that
it was like
audience. And
this
it
was
was
a few
like
months
this was
ago.
a few months ago.
And
And
I sat up there for like
I
4 hours.
sat up
It
there
was
for like
4 hours
4
and
hours,
20 minutes
4 hours and
different.
20 minutes different sets.
And I could have
And
easily
I
done
could have
like a
easily
20
done
minute.
like a 20-minute muscle pose. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's boring. I could do it with my eyes
I'm gonna
closed.
sit up
I
here
said,
for
I'm
like
gonna sit
20
up here
minutes
for like
in one
20 minutes
pose
in one pose
and
and
extend my arm,
extend
lean
my
my back
arm,
over, look
back
this way,
over,
put my
look
head
this way,
down,
put my head
but
down,
cock it to the side a little
cock
bit
it to the
and give
side
you
a
a
little bit,
model
and
look
give the
as
model
you're
look
drawing me.
as they're drawing me.
And
And
does it hurt?
does it hurt?
Absolutely. That's why the
Absolutely.
picture came out
That's why the
amazing.
picture came out.
And the artists will come
And
up to
the
me. They're
artists
like,
will come
I
up
don't
to me. They're like,
understand
I
how.
don't understand
They're
how.
like, you're not giving us
You're not giving us
just regular
just
muscle
regular
poses. You're
muscle
actually
poses.
giving
You're
us model
actually giving
poses.
us
I'm like,
model poses. I'm like,
that's what you're supposed to
that's
do.
what you're supposed to
For
do.
me, that's
For
I
me,
said
that's
because
I said
one, if
because
I want to keep
one, if I
rebranding
want to keep
myself,
rebranding
if I
myself,
want to keep evolving,
keep evolving,
then this goes with the
then this
territory.
goes with the territory.
I got to change. I
I
have,
gotta
you know what I mean?
change.
I got to show you
You know
that.
what I
Listen,
mean?
I've been doing this
I
for
gotta
X
show
amount
you
of
that.
time.
Listen, I've been doing this for
This is why.
time. This is why.
And I evolve. People evolve.
And I
So if
evolve.
I
People
go
evolve.
and give
So
you the
if I
same thing I did
give
10
you the
years
same thing
ago,
I did 10 years
why
ago,
would you want to book me
why
again?
would you want to book
Am I
me again?
stupid?
Am I
You know
stupid?
what I mean? But
You know what I mean?
also, I
But
want to challenge
also, I
myself
want to
because it's a
challenge
mental
myself
challenge as
because it's a
well.
mental challenge
So
as well.
I will
So
always tell
I
anyone
will
trying to
always
get
tell
into this
anyone trying to get into this
business to go with
business
your heart,
to go with your heart,
but keep your eyes
but
open,
keep your eyes open,
but keep it as
but
your passion. But
keep it as
and
your passion,
definitely
and
know
definitely
know how to
know
move, know how to
know how to
navigate,
move, know how to navigate,
and don't let nothing stop you.
and don't let nothing stop you.
Listen, there's more
Listen,
opportunities
there's
now
more
than there was when
opportunities
I
now than there
started,
was when I started,
and
and
it's easier to get
it's
into it.
easier to get into it.
Which means that,
Which
but
means
still, if
that,
you don't
but
have
still,
that
if you don't have
self
that
motivation,
self motivation,
as opposed to having
as
someone
opposed
always
to
do
having
it for
someone
you or
always
give
do
it
it
to
for
you,
you and give it to you,
that self
that
motivation
self
has to be
motivation
instilled
has to be
in a person,
in the person,
regardless. And if it's not
regardless. And if
there,
it's
to
not
me,
there, to me,
it defeats the
it
purpose.
defeats the purpose.
And my diva asked, "Are you on Instagram?"
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
And I will have that information tagged when you guys can check out the reel when I
Don't judge
make
my
the little
Don't
Instagram
judge
now.
my
I'm sorry.
Instagram now.
yes. So they want
I
to
push
see
the
the
Push
boundaries.
the
photography, and it
boundaries.
it is beautiful. You
Thank you so
always
much,
take
Stevie.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
beautiful,
much, Stevie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
captivating photos. And also, I want to include find another model. I'm sitting with one model here, Dee Whitt, and I remember with Cara Young, she was saying the same thing as a couple of models saying what the key to taking beautiful photos is find your lighting, find what works
Absolutely.
for you. So
Especially for
highlight,
our, a lot of
accentuate
like
your
Brit-
A lot of like
features. Yeah.
black and brown people,
Oh, for
because we
sure.
can easily get drawn out. I'm like mid complexion. I can look real pale. I can look just like a completely different person. But lighting is very key, and to know how to manipulate lighting is very key as well. But knowing how to navigate around lighting is uber important.
And
but still
But
keeping
yes,
that
still
face
keeping that
without
face without
without letting it washed out. And
Yes.
I'm a brown girl over here, so I can attest to that. I've taken photos, and I'm just like, okay,
No.
no,
Something's right.
give me something that gives me like a glow. Like you need perfect lighting. There's lighting over here. There's lighting over
Right.
here. I need to. I don't ever do LED lighting because it looks hideous. I remember my
Yeah.
father put one in my room, and it's like in the doctor's office. Like you're sitting over in the doctor's office, and I'm like, I can't do that lighting. I need natural lighting. It has to be
Hmm.
natural. Like the sun is just coming in through the crack of my curtains. Like I need to see the lighting beaming off of my skin,
Right.
being a brown
And
girl.
it's tough.
And I have to
Sometimes it can be tough.
yeah.
It can be so tough for either. I've been in shoots where which I was overly hot because of the lighting, or my body wasn't feeling right because of how I was standing or the aesthetics around. There's so many different manipulatives that can mess up, but I always
Throw it out.
transform into a different person. And I think about fantasy. I think about being in that moment, because if I want to sit there and actually emote something and trying to get the viewer to buy into it, I have to get into character regardless. So if I'm posing as a cowboy, then but a sexy cowboy, and you know what I mean? Like, how do I get into character? I just I just quickly just think about one essential thing. And people always look at me when I say this. They're like, "What are you crazy?" Because everyone assumes like, and they'll ask like, "What kind of headspace are you in?" I said, "I'm actually I'm not this person. I'm literally, it's not a job. I'm there as a another. I'm that particular character. How I transform into that character, it's it's not a process. It just snaps right into it at that particular moment.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's very organic because I've been, like I said, I've been wanting to do this my whole entire life. And when you ever want to do something that you figured that you couldn't even do, that there was nowhere in hell, yeah, I can't model. But I wanted it that badly. And it was not, again, not to make no money, not to make no career. I mean, or be no big star. I just love taking pictures. And I knew what I can do. I knew that, damn, I love being photographed. Just, I don't know what about it. It just gave me such a great feeling. And I had to experience, and I always wanted to be in the magazine. And I'm like, I would like to see my face one day, open up a magazine. I'm like, oh shit, there I go. And my first magazine cover, I didn't even cry. I had no, my reaction was just, I was awestruck. I was awestruck. And then from there, every time I have a photo shoot, my thankfulness to the photographer, whether I know them or not, it's beyond, because to create something and for me to still fulfill a passion in my 50s, I'm still speechless. You know,
And
it's crazy. I love it though.
it's you are a living testament because a lot of people like why did he start so late and modeling? You are It's never too late to go after what sets your soul on fire.
Stunting myself and saying, wait a minute, it's never over. But why am I not doing this? This doesn't make any sense. And then literally, like the next, I was at that fashion show and I'm critiquing the person walking, and I'm over here like, wait a minute, homeboy's up there on stage, and I'm over here sitting my ass in the audience talking about homeboy. The nerve of me! How dare I do that? The next day, I found a photographer, had headshots done. Rest history. Rest history. And it was about people taking a chance on me. It was people who say, "Hey, I want to book you for X, Y, and Z," and I'm like, "Wow!" I was like, I was just stuck. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like me?" And I'm like, you know something? You'll find out there's not that many people like that in the world that actually want to, they'll take a chance on you and without having wanting anything in return. no return,
No
just like they
return,
see
just like
something
they
in you
see
that
something in you that
obviously
obviously
I didn't see in
I didn't
myself
see in
at
myself
that moment.
at that moment.
And that's
And
an
that's an
appreciation that I would
appreciation
never,
that I would
ever,
never,
ever,
ever,
ever, ever
ever, ever,
overturn.
ever
I
overturn.
think it's amazing.
I
And I
think
do
it's
the same
amazing.
thing
And I do the
with
same
my
thing
students and
with
my
my
staff.
students and my staff.
People like us, we need
People
chances
like us,
in
we
life,
need chances.
and there's not that many
And there's
people
not that
that
many
would
people
want to
that
give us
would want to
chances,
give us
just
chances,
unexpected,
unexpected,
nothing asked in
and
return,
after return,
uninhibited, just
uninhibited,
natural people
just
who just
natural
want to
people
help
who
someone
just
out.
want to help someone out.
You know what I'm saying? And
You know what I'm
and when
saying?
you find
And
people like
when you
that, it's
find people
rare,
like that, it's rare,
but you have
but
to be
you
very,
have to
very
be
much
very,
thankful. And there's
very
so many
much
people who
thankful. And
take
there's
that
so
for
many people who
granted
take
and
that for
don't even
granted and don't even
acknowledge
acknowledge
who helped them to get to where they
who
at
helped them
or
to get
whatever
to where
like
they
that.
at or whatever
And you
like
have
that.
to do that.
And you
I
have
was
to
raised,
do that. I was
my
raised,
parents raised me like that,
my
but
parents raised me like
it's
that, but
uber
it's
important.
uber important.
Yes, you may be succeeding now,
Yes, you may be succeeding now,
but karma's not nice.
but karma's not
And
nice.
you give,
And
but you give
you
back.
give what
So
you give
if
back.
you're getting
So
now, but
if
you
you're
never
getting
gave
now,
back,
but you never gave back,
okay.
okay.
I- I'll leave the rest blank because
I'll
I
leave
think
the
we all
rest blank
know
because I think
what
we
the
all know
turnout can be.
what
But I've
the turnout can be. But I've
am
always
extremely thankful.
am
And
extremely
thankful,
thankful and thankful.
even saying the word thank you
Even
goes
saying
a
the
long
word
way.
thank you
Goes a long way.
goes a long way.
With intention, of course,
With
but it goes a
intention, of
long
course,
way.
but it goes a long
Goes a
way.
long way.
Goes a long way.
I said the same thing this week, and I think Diva was here when I said it. Alexis, I said that you never forget the ones
Nope.
who have helped you get to where you're at.
You're not
Say
supposed
thank
to.
you to those. My grandmother, and I always talk about my grandmother, is in her 80s. She's 81
God
years old.
bless her.
God bless her.
And she would always tell me, y'all, don't ever forget where you came from and the ones who have helped you get to where you're at, because just as fast as where you're at, God has a way of humbling you and pulling you right back down just as fast as you got in this platform. Because trust me, I've came pretty close to losing Style by Stevie, but that comes from self accountability and me having
Right.
to learn a whole lot more about myself. And she would always tell me, she said, don't ever forget to put God first in everything that you do. Don't
Mm-hmm.
forget where you
You have
came
to.
from and the ones that you have that have helped you get to where you're at. Because just as fast as you did, she always tell me, put God first in everything you do, and don't ever forget the ones who've helped you elevate you and put you where you're at. And
I'm glad
I
you
tell
said that.
people all the
I'm glad you
time,
said that.
I will always be that same person from South Carolina, that same down to earth Southern girl.
That should
I
never
will
change.
That
always
should
be
never
that.
change.
Yeah, I will never change. The only thing that changed, and I was teasing with Deshaun, I said, the only thing that changes is my hair colors and fashions. And that's the only thing that you will see
Leave
change.
that
But
there.
my personality, my personality will always be that bright, bubbly, fun, outgoing personality. But oh, absolutely, Diva. Yes, what goes up must come down, and I believe in the law of reciprocity.
Oh yeah.
Uh, whatever you
Law
put
of
out in the
karma.
universe,
No karma.
if it comes back, it can boomerang to you badly or it can boomerang to you goodly. Whatever you put out in the universe, make sure that you're putting out good energy, because trust and believe it will come back to you times two. And I'm a firm believer of that. So I always put out good energy. And I told the story. I always go and exercise in the mornings. And I've been documenting it on my Instagram. Make sure you guys, if you're not following Style by Stevie underscore daytime, there's this black cat that just came out of nowhere. Diva knows about it. You guys know about it. There's this black cat that just came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere where I was walking. And the cat just walked up to me. I guess animals pick up off of your energy,
Yeah, they do.
and started circling around my legs when I was trying to walk, would not let me walk to take the next step. And the cat just walked right in front of me, like, no, you're not leaving me. I'm going too.
Wow.
So I couldn't bring the cat home because I have a toy poodle and she's already tried to chase the cat. So I just gave the cat a name. I named it Midnight. And Midnight, it must have picked up off of my energy and my vibes, because at one point I was
Wow.
terrified of black cats. But Midnight likes to be petted. Not that the cat was hungry. The cat wasn't hungry. The cat must have just picked up off of my energy. And
Right.
shout outs to my colleague Bubs to God. The cat just circled around me, started brushing up. You know how they do. They brush up against your legs and just started letting me pet it and just was relaxed. So animals pick up off of your energy. What you put out in the universe, animals can determine that. Whatever element or environment can determine that. You
Absolutely.
hurt somebody. Uh, we've seen stories where people be like, they would do something to somebody to harm somebody, and then they wind up falling or, something, their phone mysteriously, all of these things
Right.
start happening bad to
Out the
them.
blue.
Yes.
It
So
ain't out the
trust
blue.
me, what you put out there will come back to you. If it is good, if you help someone, because that's why we got to help our neighbors,
You
especially
know,
in
that's what
times
I'm
of
glad you
need.
said that,
Yeah.
because that's where I think now, in terms of like this model, like don't get me wrong, I'm going to continue taking pictures and modeling and putting my content out and living out my art until I can, until God says I can't do it no more. I have no time frame. I have no timeline. I do have a goal that I do want to see. I do see myself progressing into other things, but one of the things that makes me the most happy, that I love just as much as I love modeling, is actually I just hired like two young staff recently, and they're both 18. You know, one is 18 and one's 20. And one of them asked, 'cause I was going to ask one of them if he was interested in modeling, just because he had this unique look, and I'm like, wow, man. And I was already thinking about like concepts just out the blue, and that's just how my mind goes. I see someone and I'm like, wow. And then out the blue, before I could say anything, he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I would love to get into modeling. Like, I don't know if you would you know of any of any ways I can, like, or give me any tips or ideas." And he had step on on my arm. I'm like, wow. I said, I was just going to ask you. I said, and I enjoy having people have their first experience in that, but and me helping them, because again, I did it on my own. You know what I mean? And some people just, they know they have it, but they just need someone pulling it out of them. And I love doing that. I love being the one to be like, hey, you have a great look, you're dope. Or or even my young students, same thing. Like, you have great artists, I have great photographers, I have great people who have great penmanship. To me, that's a skill. And to them it's little, oh, it's nothing. I'm like, you don't understand how even the littlest thing that you think is little, it still should be highlighted. It still should be complimented, because we don't get enough of that. People think there has to be something grand and something tangible to get complimented on, but to help with inner confidence, even these little subtle things that to me are not little and or subtle, that can take a person and put that smile on their face, but it can help them with whatever career choice or career option they want to do in life. And especially in the modeling thing, you need that confidence, but you also need that structure, and you need that vibrance to be able to endure a lot of the craziness. But have your mind think outside the box. You know, I think it's important, and I love helping people explore their creativity. And just like, yo, if you want to have a photo shoot with freaking wings, and you want to be in Dunkin' Donuts, I don't know, just make it art. That's dope. It's your art. It's your inspiration, and you never know
And your
how that can
story.
help someone else.
Exactly. And most importantly, your story to tell. Nobody else can dictate your
You damn
story.
right.
And my diva says she really loves your energy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, it's a lot. Like I said, I've had a lot of personal physical struggles last year, especially. Oh, oh, this one. What key? Oh, what am I not you? I'm gonna spring with some of my staff. um, Last year, tested me. I've been seizure free for many months now. I meet with my neurologist every 3 months. He's like my therapist. He's amazing. He's gorgeous. But he's what you call it. He actually talks to me. He actually listens to me, and I think that's uber important. But like I
Yes.
said, it could have went so many different ways. But what it did was, I think I had to go through that process in order for me to analyze just my life and see who's there for me, who's not there for me. Am I happy? Am I happy with my career? Am I happy, my personal life? Am I happy in every aspect? And sometimes when I'm given that outlet or that opportunity to stop everything that you're doing, whether unprompted or prompted by something, and this is prompted by something, obviously. But if that didn't happen, would I have analyzed life in that way? Probably not. I probably would just kept being busy as I normally am. Sometimes God says, no, hold on. You need to pause. You need to stop and think about every single thing. And wasn't even, like I said, like I was saying the last time, I wasn't even nervous in the hospital at all. I didn't think about having another seizure the next day. I just sat there and I said, I need this time. I need this time. And I left out of there rejuvenated. I left out of there
I'm
in a different
rejuvenated. I
spirit.
left out there in a different
And
spirit.
was I
And
challenged more, even
was I
career wise, even
challenged
at work?
more,
I'm
even
like,
career
yeah,
wise,
the
even at
daggers
work?
kept
I was
like,
like, yeah, the guy gets
but I was
like,
bobbing weaving everything
but I was
because
vibing,
it's
weaving
like, wait a
everything
minute,
because it's
it's
like,
time
wait a
for me to
minute,
start my own
it's
thing.
time
I
for me
have
to start
to.
my own
I've been
thing.
saying I
I
want to
have to.
do it.
I've been
I
saying I
have
want
to
to do
do
it.
it. And
I have to do it.
sometimes
And
I
sometimes
learned the hard way,
I learned the
as
hard
most
way.
of us do.
Most
But I
of us
think
do.
sometimes,
But I think sometimes,
people shouldn't have to wait until
people
something
shouldn't
negative
have to wait
happens
until
in order
something
for them to
negative happens
start
in order for them to start
looking at their life and
looking
seeing,
at their
you
life
can
and
analyze
seeing,
everything. Wait a
you
minute.
analyze everything.
Am
Wait
I
a minute.
happy in my
Am I
relationship?
happy in my
Am I happy?
relationship? Am I happy?
Are things going the way in
Are
which I
things
wanted
going
to
the way
go
in which I
career
wanted to
wise?
go career
Is there
wise?
anything that I
Is there
haven't
anything that I
fulfilled
haven't
that I want
fulfilled
to?
that I want to?
Do I want to be a
Do I
designer?
want
Do
to
I
be a
not
designer?
want to
Do
be
I
like
not
all
want to
that
be like
stuff?
all that
We don't
stuff?
have
We
time
don't
to
have
like
time.
people don't put that into
We
our
don't put that into our
we don't put that into our
we don't
lives,
put
into
that
our
into our
schedule. We
lives,
say
into our
it,
schedule. We say it,
but we're not really doing
but
it.
we're
And
not
I
really
think
doing it. And I
we
think
shouldn't have to wait
we
until
shouldn't have to
something
wait
happens.
until
And that's been
something
the
happens,
norm.
and that's been the norm.
Normally, that's when things
Normally,
we
that's when
analyze
things
stuff.
we
It's when
analyze stuff. Is when
we have no other choice
we have
but
no other
to.
choice but to.
We have to embed that
We
into
have
our
to
own
embed that
schedule
into our
because
own schedule
it's
because
uber
it's
important for our
uber
mental health.
important for our mental health.
And as we see
And
how
as we
this
see
world is
how
turning,
this world is turning,
mental health and social
mental health
emotional
and
health
social emotional health
is insane. And you never
and
know the
you
struggles people
never
are going
know
through.
the
And people are
struggles
going
people
through
are going through.
so many
People are
damn
going through
struggles.
so
It's not funny.
it's not
Even the
funny.
ones right under
Even
our
the
nose that we
ones
think
right under
have
our
it all
nose that we
together.
think have it all
You never
together.
know.
You never know.
So I've
So
learned that. I've learned that,
I've learned that,
I had to embed that into
I
my
had to embed
program
that into
with the
my program
students,
with the students.
social emotional stuff,
Social
mental health
emotional
stuff.
stuff, mental health stuff.
And it's always been
And it's
there,
always been there,
but people they
but
just
people
take it for
did
granted
take
because
it for granted because
people don't speak.
people don't
Communication is
speak.
not as
Communication is not
important
as
to some
important
as
to some
people are
as
not heard.
people not heard.
People are always told what to
People are
do,
always
but never
told what
asked
to do,
what you want to
but never
do.
ask what you
And
want to do.
I
And
always lead off by
I
that. I
always
ask
lead off
people
by
what
that.
they
I
want to
ask
do
people
as
what they
opposed to
want to do
what you
as
should
opposed
do.
to what you
It's what you
should do.
want to do.
What you
And
want to
nine
do.
times out of ten,
And nine
even
times
my
out of
young
10,
staff,
even my young
half
staff,
of them don't know. They
half of
don't
them don't
know.
know. They don't know.
And they could be
And
BSing
they could
because
be BSing
they're
because
probably afraid to say
they're
what they
probably
really
afraid
want
to
to do
say what
because
they
they've
really
never
want to
been
do
asked
because
that
they've never
question.
been asked
And
that
to me,
question.
that's sad.
And to me,
And
that's
I
sad.
literally take
And
my
I
time.
literally take my
And
time.
I don't ask it one time. I don't ask it
And I don't
twice.
ask it one
I'll
time.
beat
I
you in
don't
the
ask
head
it
with it.
twice.
What do you want to
I'll beat
do?
you in the head with
Like
it. What do you
exactly
want to
what do
do?
you want to do?
Like exactly what do
And
you
it's
want to
okay
do?
not to know.
And
But
it's
if you
okay
do
not to
know,
know. But if you do know,
at least start it. You
at
never
least
know.
start it. You
You
never
never know
know.
what turn out
You never
to
know what
be.
turn out
But
to
if you don't
be.
start,
But if you don't start,
the turnout is
the
nothing.
turnout is nothing.
Why take that
Why
chance and
why
not
take
even
that chance
experience
and
it?
not even
Even if it
experience it?
doesn't work out.
Even if it doesn't work
But you
out,
never know.
but you never
Take
know.
that step.
Take that
If
step.
if my old ass can
If my
take a
old
leap,
ass can take a leap,
this should be stopping no
this
one. This
should be
should be
stopping
stopping
no
no
one.
one.
This should
And
be
I see
stopping
so
no
many
one.
people
And I
take a
see
leap,
so many people take a leap,
and help others and
and
inspire
help others
others.
and inspire
But
others.
sometimes some people need that push,
Sometimes some
but
people need
they
that
just
push,
need to
but
be listened to. And
to be listened to.
that's my new
And
focus in
that's
terms
my new
of
focus
how
in
I'm
terms
living the
of
rest of
how
my
I'm
life.
living
And
the
I
rest
get
of my
more
life.
joy
And I
out of
get more
helping
joy
someone
out of
else
helping someone
and
else
sort of bringing
and
out that
sort
inner
of bringing out that
confidence
inner
and bringing
confidence
out that
and
creativity
bringing out that
because you know
creativity.
something.
Because you know
And
something?
and all I'm prompted,
And all I'm prompted,
I don't want nothing in
I don't
return.
want nothing
I
in
want
return.
them to live
I
their
want
life
them to
because
live their life because
we don't have too many
we don't
people out
have
there
too
who
many people
authentically
who
care about
authentically care about
about someone.
someone.
And sometimes,
And sometimes,
again, you need
again,
authentic
you
people
need
in your back.
authentic people in your
You know what
back.
I'm saying?
You know what
Yes,
I'm
we're all
saying?
human. We're
Yes,
gonna
we're all
fuck up.
human.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
make
fuck up. We're
mistakes.
gonna make
Yes,
mistakes.
that's just life. But
That's just life. But
authentically, I care
authentically,
about people
I
and I
care
want to
about
help
people
people.
and I want
And
to help people.
when I
And
didn't have that for
when I didn't
myself and
have
I
that
didn't
for
have no one
myself and I
pushing me
didn't
to
have no
tell me
one
what I
pushing me to
really
tell me
wanted to
what
do
I
in life,
really wanted to do in
rather than
life,
tell me what I
rather than
should
tell me
do,
what I should do,
that means so
that
much to me to
means so
have
much
people
to me
out
to
there to
have
sit there and
people
say,
out there to
"Hey,
sit there and say,
bro,
hey,
like,
bro,
Oh yeah.
what made you want to do
what
this?
made you want to do this?
Why just if even
Why,
asking
just
questions
if
like
even
that
asking
shows an
questions like
interest.
that shows an
So
interest. So
that's my whole focus,
that's
and
my
that's
whole
what
focus, and
gives
that's
me
what
more
gives
joy
me more
than
joy
anything else
in
nowadays.
anything else nowadays.
And I love
Didn't
what
mean to ramble
Deshaun
on.
just
I'm
said. He
sorry.
said the time, no, he said the time is now, or that opportunity might not be yours. It is definitely important to take what you can get. The universe is giving you the opportunity. Take it.
Teach.
Yes. And I said that the law of reciprocity, when you put it out there that this is something that you want to do, the universe sees that. And it's all about creating your vision of what you
Yes.
want to work on and helping people as well too, because it comes back times two and
Oh
it
yes.
doubles. Oh yes, more and more and more. Me and my girlfriend was talking about it when the new year ringed rung in. My classmate, I call her my sister. Me and my sister, uh, my girlfriend, she saying, "Girl, what you doing? What you doing for the new year? What did you do?" Because I didn't go out, I didn't celebrate or do anything. The next day
Right.
I woke up, it was New Year's Day, January 1st, and I said, "You know what? I woke up this morning. I'm thankful I had a conversation with God that I'm alive to be here, to see 32 years of life, to see a whole new year,
Congratulations.
a whole to have an awakening. And each and every one of us has had an awakening in the new year. I'm sorry, the speaker spelling checked. Got you, Deshaun. I do it too. I speak when I'm saying into the phone, and sometimes it'll misspell it. I got you. But
Mine does that all the time.
me and her had a conversation. She said the same. I did the same thing. I prayed. I prayed too. I prayed for
I
great
pray every
health
day.
and great wealth and more and so much more. And yes, God bless all of us. God bless all of us because we are doing the work. And when He sees that you're doing the work, the law of reciprocity, what you put out there is going to come back in return, full
It's
circle.
supposed
And
to.
I feel as though it's all coming back to me, everything that I've put out. Because you can be a vessel and a beacon to so many people who are also going through whatever it is in the world. Like Dee said in the beginning of the show, a smile or thank you goes a long way.
Long
You
way.
never know what someone could be going through in their life. And oh my goodness, I've seen people just break down and cry at the drop of a dime because so
Yeah.
much is piled up on them.
And it's
And
scary.
you'd be surprised. Yeah.
But I if I'm going to continue, especially in the educational field that I've been in for my whole life, I'm an educator. So it's like this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I think what God said. This is my natural talent. You know what I mean? It's yes, it's a beast. Um, working with people, working with different types of people, working with trying to get the right people on your team, but to build a team together and not be my team or my program or my organization. This is ours because we're trying to help others. You know, to try to have someone have the same mentality and same focus. It's like trying to bring on people, but I got to teach them to teach others. So it could be draining. I go home some days and I'm knocking out like by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'm mentally drained, but my butt still wakes up the next day and I do it all over again. You know what I mean? Because it gives me peace and it's what's needed. I think, and especially in this community, in this world, and it helps me with my mind because it's like I feel like a superhero. You know, by day I do this, but on the cruise but it's my alter ego and I love it. I love being multifaceted. You're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? And not just do one
Yes.
thing. I can do 1,500 things. Yes, I can sit up here and be in the classroom teaching. The next, the next day I can be outside with a freaking cowboy hat on and with some gloves with beads on it, posing. You know what I mean? And people can look at it, oh wait, but you're half naked. But this is art. I'm creating something. This is not, you know what I'm saying? People don't get the difference that I can, and when I define it to them, I break it down. I get no comment back because they're stuck. They don't know what to say. I said, yeah, you wasn't expecting me to break it down like that. They probably thought, oh yeah, you love being out there new. Yes, I do. I love expressing myself, but I'm expressing myself this way, and I just trickle it down and explain it to them. They're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, okay. Doesn't knock my hustle,
And it's
but
called
I
freedom of expression. You're
yes,
using art to express yourself.
and
The
we know
same
how
way
to
I use
define it.
fashion and dressing. Right.
We know
That's
how to
what it's
define it,
about.
and they don't expect that from a lot of people, especially a lot of certain people. They don't people don't expect for them to know how to express when they see, let's say, uh, a naked image of them, and it's like, oh yeah, but you're naked. I said, but do you understand one, the confidence it takes to be like that, based off of what I endured in the past. Number two, um, this is self-expression. But did you know I'm telling a story? Even with the music that I started putting a lot of more music behind like my pictures and to make everything synonymous to bring something together. And I'm doing that for a reason. I can't give all my secrets away, but I do it for a reason. And I love it because again, it's telling a story. It's telling a particular story and it's bringing my mind into a different genre. I went to school, I was an English major. I graduated school with an English degree. I love reading. I love telling a story, and that's my forte. So I will be planning, like to finish writing my book. But there's more lookbooks coming out, and I'm thinking of a series and stuff like that. So it's everything is it's taking these pictures and taking what people see, but telling a story. And you never know. I want to tell my story, but my story still not it's not over yet. So as everyone, we're all multi-layered, but I love taking my
I love
time and
taking my
actually
time and
sitting
actually
back. Before it
sitting
was
back.
like I had to
Before
do a
it was
photo
like
shoot like
I had
every
to do a
week,
photo
every
shoot
week,
like
every
every
week. I was
week,
doing a
every
photo
week, every
shoot.
week I was doing a photo shoot.
Now it's like
Now
I
it's
have to
like
feel
I
inspired.
have to feel
I have
inspired.
to really
I
know
have to really
exactly what I
know
want to do,
exactly
because if I'm
what I
going to
want to
do it,
do,
I'm not
because
going to
if I'm going to
half-ass
do it,
it.
I'm
I'm
not
at a
going to
point
half-ass
now
it.
in which
I'm at a
my
point
game
now in
has to
which
be stepped
my
up,
game has to be
because I
stepped
have
up.
not been doing this for
I
two
have
two
not been doing
days.
it for
Like,
two days. Like,
I know what I can do, and I'm
I
going to
know what
bring
I
it,
can do, and
but I'm not going to bring. I'm not going
I'm
to
not going
bring
to bring.
something
I'm not
that
going to bring
and give
something that and
80%.
give
I have
80%.
to give
I have to give
110%, because
110%.
again,
Because again,
when we think people are not
when we
watching,
think
they're
people are not
watching,
watching, they watch,
and I'm going to give them something to
and
look
I'm going
at.
to give them something to look at.
And as Diva said, also, art can keep us sane. When you are inventing, when you are creating, which is what I
Yep.
love,
Yep.
hosting this platform
Reevaluating all of them.
Reevaluate and
and,
all.
and fashion, all of that. You're using your creativity, and it's inspiring other people as well too, to get out there and create, to
Yes,
use their voice, to
Yes.
use whatever it is that they want to be as
they have to.
creative as
They have to.
possible. And there's so many lanes that you can go in with art. Fashion is definitely one. Uh, Painting, writing is all about freedom of expression, and I want you
Right,
all
Right.
to take away from that, because there's so many outlets that you can go to and so many courses you can take if you want to learn on how to study photography or how
right.
to become a photographer. Whatever it is that you want to major or specialize in, the outlets are there for you. So
And for
take
free.
advantage of
And for
those.
free.
Use them. Absolutely. And it's never too late as well. It's never too late.
No.
But I thank you,
But
So
Steve, for
I
always
thank
giving
you,
me this
Steve, for always
platform
giving me this
and
platform
giving
and
opportunity
giving
to
opportunities to
you were one of the first ones
you
that
were one of
actually,
the first ones
again,
that actually
when you reached out to me the first time, I
you
was
reached out
like,
to me the first time. I was like,
wow. I mean, I'm
wow.
uber
I'm
appreciative for that, because again,
appreciative for that because again,
for me,
for
I
me,
was never used to that
I was never
at
used to
all.
that at all.
So I
So
always,
I
always, always appreciate
always
you, and I always
appreciate you,
thank
and I
you.
always
You
thank
know,
you. You know,
it's a blessing. So God bless you for
it's a
always doing
blessing.
that for
So
me.
God bless you
Thank
for
you.
always doing
I
that for
really
me.
do
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
I really
Seriously.
do appreciate you. Seriously.
always, and I'm gonna bring you back again this time when it's not so cold. Hopefully, things would have settled then, because I know you're saying you're gonna be moving and everything. So I look forward to that, the progress, the update,
Thank
everything,
you so much,
and we'll
Stevie.
Thank you so
definitely
much,
have you
Stevie.
back on again. You are so welcome, and I'm so
Stevie,
proud of you.
love.
Continue
I
to
have
do
so
that.
much love for you. I thank you so
I have
very
so
much.
much. I think
And I receive
Likewise.
it. I receive it. I receive it. I receive
likewise.
it. So, fashion dolls, ladies and gentlemen, Dee Whitt. Make sure you guys go and follow him. Like you said, someone is always watching. Yep. Yes. And I will have this replay up so you guys can go back and catch the replay here. Thank you.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Spicy.
Thank you.
Hey,
Stevie.
girl.
Thank you so much.
Stevie,
You,
thank you so much.
you too. Thank you all, fashion
Thank
dolls. And
you.
I will see y'all
Thank you.
Tuesday with JJ Johnson. And I'll have the information tagged so you guys can go and check him out. Oh, okay. I look like a Barbie doll in a dollhouse right now. Well, this is the dollhouse, and you guys get to see the makeup up close and personal. Okay, so let me get into the makeup before we wrap. Uh, y'all want to know my first love, my new first love, my new first love? Get into it. Get into the skin, honey. Get into it. The glow, everything. It is Maybelline's Super Stay 24-hour skin tint. This is my new go-to, y'all. And I the shimmer in it. Do y'all see that shimmer in that bottle? Yeah, that's how I'm all glowy all over. And a very special thank you to Melanie, my Bridgers, for making sure that the faces beat all of the time. Face Klein, darling. Yes, and Maybelline, make me a sponsor. Okay, okay. Make me a sponsor. Make your girl a sponsor, all right? And the lip color that I'm wearing, because I know you guys are going to ask, is, ooh, Revlon. I think this is Twinkled Pink. This is Twinkled Pink. This is the color, and it's a very bright pink. Yes, y'all. Like, I don't know, Spicy, Diva, do y'all taste y'all lip gloss? Because I taste mine. Yeah, that's how the lips is popping. But those are the deets. Girl, I love your new background. Thank you. And y'all can see it up close and personal. Let me give y'all Y'all like it? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay. All things green in here. And I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation with Dee Whitt. I'm going to have his information tagged on Instagram. Oh, one more thing, because I know you guys asked me, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here we go. I used the Revlon So Fierce palette. And I think Megan the Stallion used this. So let me close the lids a little bit so y'all can see it. Get into the deets, honey. Get into the deets. Get into the wing. Get into all of that. Yes, and I don't know each color. Yes, is richly textured eyeshadow delivers creamy color with crystal shine. Yes, and y'all know I always play in the nudes. So not that kind of nude, but y'all know what I'm saying. So Revlon, Maybelline, make your girl a sponsor. So this is not sponsored, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation with Dee Witt. And I will see y'all Tuesday. Again, continue to be vigilant. We're going to get through this, and I'm going to help y'all get through this, through these dark times that we're having. And I want you all to continue to be mindful of your surroundings. Make sure that you're protecting your peace. Me and Diva was just talking a few minutes ago, and she was like, girl, I got to protect my peace. So make sure that you are protecting your peace and being gentle to yourself. Each and every one of you, I want you all to continue to do that. What am I going to do today? Uh, I feel pretty good. I'm probably going to watch some movies, catch up and see what my colleagues, Alvin, them, Deshaun, them, having the group. Spicy. Shout outs to Bubs. Shout outs to each and every one of you. Diva. Shout outs to my brother K Tukes. K Tukes just did an interview with Faith is the Substance. Y'all go and check that out. Y'all have a fabulous weekend, and I will see y'all Tuesday with JJ Johnson. Take care, y'all. Mwah.